everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I want to do something different. Today I don't have a timeless video for you. I also don't want to present you new paintings. Today I want to show you the art supplies that I recently bought. So I do a shopping just once a year. At the beginning of the year there's a big sale. And yes, I'm very strict with myself, so just once a year, and at the end of the year I can have bad luck. For instance, when I'm missing a special color or I don't have a special ingredient that I need for my pastes. But this is how I am. So as we all don't have much time, we start now. At first with the big things. So this here, for instance, comes extra air bubble foil for wrapping my paintings. This one is 10 meter long and very important. Then this one here, also important for chipping, but also for taking pictures. The background of this foam board is white, as you can see. So I put a little painting on it and take my pictures. This one are 3 pieces. These are the thickest one I could buy, 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter. And yes, also very important for shipping. Okay, but now to the colors. I start with the colors, right? So this one here has an acrylic ink, titanium white by Amsterdam. Then to ink. So I bought colors I already have. I already know, but also new one. What means I have to do a new chart. These charts I will show you either at the end of this video or between when I go to the pigments, for instance. So, but first of all, the inks. The brand is Rohrer and Klingner. It's a German brand that exists already since a few hundred years, I think. This is amber, then indigo, and purple violet. So the purple violet is new for me. I think it's a bit darker than, or lighter, or darker or lighter. This one here. This one is purple. No, violet. So violet I knew, and this is purple violet. Okay. So then we have turquoise, also new color. Carmine, I already know. So orange and phthalo green, burnt sienna, ochre, this one is ochre, and golden yellow. So I know that you cannot really see this colors, that's why I show you a chart. So then to the paints I bought. So I still have enough oil paints, watercolor paints, gouache, pastels. So I only bought acrylic paints by Amsterdam from the expert series. This is phthalo turquoise blue. New color for me. This one is also new. Permanent blue violet. This is olive green, and this one is permanent red violet. So anyhow I have it with violets this year. Then phthalo blue, vermilion. So indigo, and this is English red. And titanium white, of course. And this one is cobalt blue. So very bright blue. Then I bought pigments the first time because I want to create my own paints, oil paints and acrylic paints. Yes, I'm excited, very excited. So this one is a sandy yellow. This one is very bright, it's deep green. chocolate brown. So there will be a video anytime where I show you how I do my oil paints and acrylic paints. This one is wine red, and the brand is Gehrke itself. This one is orange, and the sixth one sky blue. Very dark for a sky blue, but who knows how will it look like at the end. Okay, so then here, this one is a silver plated wire, and it has a copper core. So this one comes to the back side of my paintings. I fix it there that you can hang the painting on the wall. Then, oh yes, here, gloves, 100 pieces. Should be enough for one year. Then this by Aquatech, a gloss gel. This gloss gel is white, but it dries colorless, and I use it as a glue. Mostly as a glue. For instance, I add sand in a part of this glue, this gloss gel, apply it on the surface of the canvas, let it dry, and yes, as I said, it dries colorless. At the end finally you only see the sand clusters. This I very like. Then we have here a gesso, important for priming surfaces, for instance canvases, canvas paper, canvas boards, but also paper. But I also use it as an ingredient for my pastes. As well, chalk. A chalk I also use as an ingredient of my paste, or just as a wash. This one is Rügener chalk. The color is not as white as this champagne chalk, so it's more an off-white, light gray. So as I said, I use it as a wash, or for a wash, or as ingredient of my pastes. This one too, acrylic binder. I use it as as an ingredient for doing some paints, acrylic paints, but also use it as an ingredient for my paste, and I use it as conservation. So I recycle paintings. I have an old motif, I apply acrylic binder on the old motif and close the old paints, and then I start with a new motif. So then some brushes. I also have many brushes, but this time I only bought this one. The brand is Leonard. These are flat brushes. The bristles are natural, but very soft. So the biggest one is 8 centimeters, and the smallest one is 2, I think. 2 centimeters. Just this one here, 2 centimeters. And I want to use them for blending. You will see. So, and then I have this one here. Clear wallets for art prints. Either on this side, this is A4, or bigger, larger, A3. Because recently I also bought a printer. In another video I show you the printer, and I want to do my own art prints. So when you are interested in art prints for myself, you can buy them anytime. So, and this was all the art supplies I bought, but I also use not art supplies, but things from the nature. For instance, sand, stones, little brands also. Yes, when you already know my videos, you know this. Okay, but you can also buy some hoodies or some other art brands or other products, because I have accounts at Redbubble, but also on Society 6. And yes, this one here, for instance, the sailboat, and the sign from one of my paintings. It's a watercolor painting. It's Boat on Ice #2, and still for sale on Etsy. So when you are interested in buying some paintings or some products with designs for my paintings, then just check out the links here in the description of the video. Okay, thank you for watching, and before I finish the video, there will be 2 art supply charts. Once from this acrylic paints and then this ink. Okay, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye. So now to the charts. I start with this ink. This one here is the old chart, and these crosses here indicate that this color was out. So now I have much more colors. That's why I have chosen a new paper. This one is watercolor paper by Artistico. It's a hot pressed. I usually don't use hot pressed watercolor paper so often. It was just a try. So usually I use this cold pressed. But this one is 300 gram per square meter thick, and yes, it's a Fabriano. Okay. So the color is not white, it's more a little bit yellowish, but for a chart it's enough. Alright, so I start with golden leaf. So I do it like here, that I have lighter parts and darker parts. Next one is ochre. When you see at the edge, so this is a watercolor paper. And orange. Sienna. Carmine. When you're not familiar with this ink, this dries lighter than it is now. So it lighten up while drying. Purple violet. Violet. Cyan blue. Indigo. Turquoise. Phthalo green. green. Old golden green. This one is amber. I also have black ink, but this is another brand, and I also like the brand. This chart. Aura and Cleaner. Alright. Now I just let it dry, and then I come back and show you the dried ink. See you. So now back to the chart. When it's dry, this ink, so the heavy golden yellow ochre, so it looks a little bit grainy, but this is because of the paper, the watercolor paper. Orange, burnt sienna, still not completely dry. Carmine, purple, violet, and cyan blue. And then we have indigo, turquoise, phthalo green. The sap green is also still not really dry. Old golden green and amber. So now to the color chart for the acrylic paints by Amsterdam. This is the old one, and now I have 24 colors, I think. So a new one. This is canvas paper. Canvas paper artist pad by Royal and Langnickel. So, okay. And I use this brush here by Da Vinci, size 8, synthetics, bristles, soft, from the same as Nova Synthetics, and I start with satin white. So what I do, I just take a little bit paint on the brush. And that's it. Clean the brush. Next color is permanent lemon yellow light. Next one is greenish yellow, red. Then we have permanent yellow medium. Ochre. I do this with every blend. So I also have acrylic paints by Reeves. With my, yes, with own color chart. This one here is Titanium Buff Deep. Then Titanium Buff. Now we turn to the reds. Start with Naples Yellow Red Light. Flesh tone. So. Right. Next one. First I have to clean the brush. I also have shards with other paints, watercolor paints for instance, even pastels. I have my own charts. This is Permanent Orange. Now comes Vermilion. This is a new paint, a new color. Darker, good. Next one is Light Oxide Red, or English Red. Almost empty. I bought a new tube, but this is the old one. So English Red. Then comes Pyro Red Deep. Oh yeah. And now I lay another, the older one. Here's how it looks like when it's dried. So compared to Reeves acrylic paints, it doesn't darken while drying so much. These Amsterdam colors. So next one is, hard to pronounce, Quinacridone Rose Deep Opaque. Then comes mauve. And after mauve comes permanent violet opaque. Now, permanent red violet, a new color. Yes, as I said, anyhow, I have it with violets this year. I bought a few violets. Violet blue, violet red. Actually, I didn't plan it. So then comes permanent blue violet. So in case this is too boring for you, just go to the end of the video. There I show you the dried colors. Here is acrylic paints, but also with ink by Raw and Klinger I also bought. So and now comes phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is also new in this chart. I also like to compare colors the same names. For instance, phthalo blue. Now it's phthalo blue by Amsterdam. But I also have a phthalo blue by Ruth. So next one, cobalt blue, also new in this chart. Very bright. Sky blue. After sky blue comes indigo. So indigo is a color I always use, not always, but very often. Oil paints, acrylic paints, pastels, gouache, watercolor. So indigo is such a blue I just favor compared to every other blue. So now a new color in this chart, phthalo turquoise blue. Also nice. But look here, how greenish turquoise. Huh? Okay, then follows chromium oxide green. So a light green, but looks at this, the old chart. How darken. So a little bit more darker. So and now I come to this olive green. This is a new color in this chart. Excited hopefully it. Oh yeah. I mean, when you see the color at the screen, so when you are shopping, you visit an online shop and you see the colors, but you actually don't know how it will look like in reality. So next one, Payne's Gray. So this Payne's Gray I'm not fond of. I use it as normal medium gray, I would say. Usually, I know it by Reeves, just Payne's Gray by Reeves is a bit bluish. But this one here is just gray. Normal medium gray. But I like this one by Reeves much more because of this bluish content. Last one is oxide black. Alright, so this was it. I let this dry now. Here is the name of this brand Amsterdam Expert Series. So there are another series by Amsterdam, but I paint pieces. I let this dry and then I show you the dry chart. Okay, see you. So, and at last the chart. This is acrylic paint by Amsterdam from the Expert Series. Titanium white, permanent lemon yellow, light greenish yellow, permanent yellow, medium yellow ochre. Still not white to 100%, so not completely, but buff, titanium buff deep, titanium buff, Naples yellow red light, the flesh tone, permanent orange, vermilion. Vermilion is a new color on this chart. Light oxide red, pyro red deep, yes. Then comes rose, this quinacridone, rose deep, mauve, permanent violet opaque. This one is new here, permanent red violet, permanent blue violet, also new. Phthalo blue is new, cobalt blue, sky blue not indigo, phthalo turquoise blue is very dark, chromium oxide green, olive green also a new color, and then Payne's Gray and oxide black. Okay, so this was all for this video, and see you next time. Bye bye.